Today's gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you got to do. And I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the wood is on the street, that the fire in your heart is out. And I'm sure you heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. And I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads that lead us there are winding, and all the lights in light the way are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my one to hold. Today was gonna be the day, but I'll never throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. But I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the lights are like the way of blinding, and all the roads that lead us there are winding. There are many things that I'd like to say to you, but I don't know how. Saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall.
Lenny from Academy. He's going to do a short presentation about our Lowel lighting. Big round of applause for Den Lenny, please.
Hi folks, thanks very much. If you hang around for 5 or so minutes, I'll just run you through some of these really cool little lighting products we've got here from Lowel today. If any of you shoot on your own and are used to travelling and carrying all your own gear, we're very fortunate these days. We have amazing little camcorders with super 35mm sensors, DSLRs, all this kind of thing. But you still need to light. But of course your requirements for lighting have changed. Instead of having 3 redheads in a case, you're now looking for controlled light and the ability to control that light in any given situation. We start here with this Lowel reefer light. It's a little soft box which folds down to the size of an umbrella. Put this diffuser on here, which is a fiberglass diffuser, which does 2 things. Obviously diffuses the light, but what it also does is protects your contributor from the unlikely event, but possible event, of a bulb exploding, because tungsten halogen bulbs are vulnerable in that regard. So this is a fiberglass cover, which also diffuses the light. So we can get the light source nice and close to your subject. And of course health and safety is a very important part of lighting, and so if that bulb decides to go, you know, you're not going to hurt anyone, and get that nice and close there. So a lovely soft source. We've got 3 different sizes of the Lowel reefer here. It's a very compact, very flexible, soft lighting source. What we always want to do is to be able to control the light that we're using. Lovely soft light source, but as you can see it's spilling everywhere. So we can put this device on here, this egg crate, and what this does is just controls some of that light to give us a bit of direction, and we can just point that so we're reducing some of that spill that's coming out. It does reduce the intensity of the light slightly, because some of the light is absorbed by the egg crate. But it's a beautiful little interview portrait light, and you can use that as your soft key, and it works very, very effectively in a whole range of different lighting situations. The next light I want to talk to you about is this light here, the Pro Light. And this is your little hard lighting source. And this works in a number of different ways. First of all, when you buy a Lowel lighting kit, you get everything you need in the box. And the box is this size. So you've got a 3-head lighting kit with a soft source, a hard source, and a load of different light modifiers. So this is a little hard lighting source. It's got a grey spot and flood range, and you've got an 8-way barn door to sculpt that light into any shape and size that you want, which is of course what you need when you're lighting. But one of the things that's very interesting with these kits, as I mentioned before, you get everything you need in the box, including these gel frames. Everything packed down small, but in the box you also get the gels. So you get your colour correction gels and your diffusion gels. And depending on the size of the light frame you bought, you get everything in the case that you need. Now, one of the things that I used to find when I used to use redheads was you'd always be losing clothes pegs and clips to clip your gels on, and you'd lose them. These have integrated little clips, and the gel frames are cut to size. So if you wanted to turn this hard light source into a soft light source, one of the options you've got is just to pop this frame in like so.
So it's fine if we do it, because
and you've immediately turned your hard light source into a larger soft light source. Very, very quick, very, very easy. So, finally, I just want to show you this other light here, which, I'll be honest with you, is something that I thought was a bit odd looking when I first saw it. And it's called a V-light. And it is a peculiar little light because of the way it looks, but it packs away very, very small. So when you're travelling, it's very small and compact, but you can instantly turn it around, flat this out, and what you've got here is a simple flood light source. You might think that's a bit uncontrolled, a bit unruly. Well, you'd probably be right. But what you can do is either use a gel frame in front. So you can see how this system works. You just pop this gel frame in. And if you were filming next to a window and you want to just put a bit of fill into someone's face, there's a little bit of daylight spilling in, then suddenly you've converted that tungsten source into a daylight source. And then the final thing I would like to show you is that if you want to turn this hard light source into a soft light source, we've got this umbrella which pops into the front like so. And you can do one of two things. You can just do that, and suddenly you've got a beautiful soft light source which wraps around Robin's face here. Or, if you want to reduce the intensity, you simply turn it round, and you could use it as a soft fill. So, in summing up, what I think is really interesting about these lighting kits is the versatility you get from 3 heads. But rather than having 3 of the same heads, you've got 3 different paintbrushes. So I like to think of painting with light. So you've got large paintbrushes, small paintbrushes, and you can paint the detail very well. Now, the other thing that is also interesting is to say you get all the stands, everything you need in one box, and it's manageable. You know, you don't need to worry about carrying gels, roll gels, and clips and pegs. Everything needs in the one box, and it's a really compact and efficient little light kit. We've also got the battery-operated blender kit, and there's a battery-operated version of your Pro Light. There's a huge number of lights in the range, but I tend to go with a 3-light kit. So please spend some time, look around the stand. Anyone with a grey shirt can answer any questions you have in the lighting. I'm here all day. And what I'd like to say to sum up is that I tend to use a matte box almost all the time that I film. I use glass filters internally when I'm working with skin tones, and externally